This is WFYI News Now. It's September 18th, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. On today's show, we'll learn how Republican gubernatorial candidate Mike Braun wants to change education in Indiana. Ground is broken for a new bridge on the Ohio River. And a new housing project on Indy's near North Side brings together workforce housing, transit-oriented development, and environmental cleanup.
Because you united around a shared goal, this once vacant and blighted area will become a neighborhood resource, enriching lives and improving community health.
Those stories are coming up, but first. 2 former state officials filed a whistleblower lawsuit that alleges several Indiana hospital systems and managed care entities have committed millions of dollars of Medicaid fraud. The plaintiffs filed the lawsuit early 2021 when they obtained access to an analysis from Indiana's fraud and abuse detection system contractor. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Abigail Ruman reports the case was sealed until earlier this year.
The lawsuit alleges 4 companies in charge of managing Indiana Medicaid knowingly and improperly misused millions in Medicaid funds to pay claims that violate billing requirements. It also says 6 hospital systems obtained millions in funds by submitting thousands of false claims to Medicaid. The complaint was filed on behalf of the state and the federal government by the former deputy of program integrity for Indiana Medicaid and the former chief deputy and general counsel in the office of the Indiana state treasurer. The lawsuit said the managed care entity defendants and hospital defendants were aware of their obligation to prevent or deny claims that violate basic hospital billing rules. It also says this misconduct contributed to last year's $1 billion budget shortfall. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Abigail Ruman.
If the lawsuit is successful, the state and federal government could recover 3 times the total amount of damages. And Republican gubernatorial candidate Mike Braun released an education plan Tuesday that includes key policy proposals and addresses hot-button conservative talking points. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Kirsten Adair reports Braun wants to expand school vouchers, improve school safety, and boost teacher pay, among other things.
Indiana's voucher program is currently capped for families with incomes higher than $220,000. Braun's plan proposes universal school choice, which would remove the income cap altogether. The plan also emphasizes raising teacher salaries and creating a separate office for school safety. Braun plans to continue other education initiatives like improving literacy and rewarding schools whose students graduate with readiness seals. He also wants to further limit cell phone use in schools and ensure parents have access to their children's curriculum, and that schools are alerting parents when students request to use a different name or pronouns. The plan also mentions developing safeguards against critical race theory, investigating the impact of school lockdowns and mask mandates, and preventing transgender girls from participating in girls' sports. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Kirsten Adair.
Ground was broken to start work on a new I-69 bridge project from the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Indiana Public Broadcasting's John Gibson has the story.
Governor Eric Holcomb, INDOT Commissioner Mike Smith, and Evansville Mayor Stephanie Terry were among the dignitaries who turned dirt in a farm field south of the city. It's the spot where an approach to the new bridge connecting Indiana and Kentucky will be built. Governor Holcomb stressed the importance of the I-69 project.
When I'm pitching Indiana, I'm constantly talking about this isn't just connecting 3 big cities, Evansville and Indianapolis and Fort Wayne, or 3 states. It's connecting 2 of our biggest trading partners globally.
The 4-lane bridge is expected to open in 2031, although Holcomb noted the northern end of the I-69 extension opened 3 years ahead of schedule, suggesting a quicker timeline may be possible for the Ohio River crossing. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm John Gibson in Evansville.
And for our final story today, a new housing project on Indianapolis's near North Side brings together workforce housing, transit-oriented development, and environmental cleanup. WFYI's Jill Sheridan has more.
The former dry cleaner site at the corner of Illinois and 22nd Streets has been targeted for redevelopment for years. Indianapolis City County Council President Bob Bosley says strong community collaboration now moves the project forward.
Because you united around a shared goal, this once vacant and blighted area will become a neighborhood resource, enriching lives and improving community health.
Numerous partners involved in the development include the city, Near North Development Corporation, IU Health, Indianapolis Foundation, and the Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership. Environmental remediation, including soil removal, is underway at the brownfield site. The housing complex will sit near Indigo's Red Line and provide townhomes and duplexes for working families. The development still needs zoning approval from the city. I'm Jill Sheridan.
That's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Drew Daudelin, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. If you like today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.